What is going on, my fly guys? Welcome as we return back with another video. And today we are starting off the new series, Busted, the series where we take your favorite Pokemon, change their stats, their moves, abilities, anything, essentially make them busted. Now today we are going to be knocking off the series with the new Alolan Pokemon. Now I'm not talking about Alolan forms like Marowak. I'm talking about the whole Alola Dex from Decideye to Magearna, and we're going to see how we could change their stats and moves, abilities, whatever. But particularly in this episode, since this is the first one, I don't know how long it's going to take. We are just going to be starting with just their stats today. I don't know how far we're going to get, but anyway, so yeah, this was a promised series a long time ago, like a long time ago. But yeah, we're going to be starting it up. It took so long, like look at this. This is all notes about the series, like woo. Yeah, I don't want to reveal too much, but yeah, that's basically it. So we're starting with Decideye. So starting off, we see its stats: 78, 107, 75, 100, 170. Now, in order to make it quote-unquote busted, like the series says, I decided to take 20 out of special attack and move 10 to SPDF and defense. So instead of being base 100, it would be base 110 and base 85. While losing again 20 special attacks, so this will go down to 80. So here's the edits I would make to Decideye, and here is what it really is, or should be the other way around. I don't know, but yeah. So if we were to make Decideye a full SPDF tank, normally it would be like 252. I wish they already had stats put in. We would put careful, which, if I'm right, that's minus special attack. Right? Should be. Because you wouldn't want to lower the attack. But anyway, so if we were to do full investment, it would be 328, 360 bulk compared to 252 and 252. This is just the normal SPDF tank. It would be 350 compared to 328. It would take hits so much better. And like, it's not really using special attack anyway. Yes, it does have access to Nasty Plot, but like, I don't know. I think, like, I don't know. An archer just seems more of a physical attacker. I know it's like shooting things, but that's like, it just seems physical. Like how Earthquake, it looks special, but it's just physical. It has that physical, I don't know, just about it. But yeah, so that's the changes I would make to Decideye. Like, just give it, take 20 out of special attack and just move that 20 split it into 10s and 10 to each defense. So yeah, moving on to the next Pokemon, we have Incineroar. I wish there was a better way to show this, but I'm probably gonna like do something. But like this is the way where it actually shows the difference that happens to the stats. So with Incineroar, it's overall kind of a disappointment. Torcat had base 90 speed. It lost all that speed. I don't know, dude. I don't know. So what I was saying is drop the special attack by 30, add 20 to speed and 5 to each defense. So it would essentially make it 95 defense, 95 SPDF, and what did I say? 20 speed. I don't even know what I'm saying. Oh my god, no. 80 speed, that's pretty sure. I just literally put in 20. So yeah, compared, not 1 to 80. Hold up. No. Oh my god, I hate how it automatically puts 1, so 80. So this is what Incineroar should be compared to what it actually is. It does, oh my god, 50. I'll get better as this goes on, but anyway. 95 bulk all around, like, that's still volley bulk. That's actually pretty bulky. And then actually has some wheels, so it could be an effective choice scarfer instead of just base 60 speed. Just seems way too slow for it. But these are the changes I would make to it. It would be a lot better. A scarf set is actually pretty viable, and it hits hard already with 115 attack. It's not using that base 80 special attack. I should go over here to its real stats. Like, why use this when you have 115 attack? It could throw an opponent off, and it can run Nasty Plot. It does learn Nasty Plot. It has like Fire Blast, Dark Pulse, but compared to like Darkest Lariat, Flare Blitz, it just physical just seems the more obvious way anyway. Looking at it, and you can't use its Z move I forgot what it's called, without it having physical attacks. So that's just my thoughts on Incineroar and how I think its stats should be edited. Let me know again. Let me know what changes you would make to these Pokemon in the comment section below. Like, I want to see your thoughts. I talked with a lot of people about this. It took so long for me to actually make it fair in a way. But okay, moving on to Primarina. Stats are fine. Like, these stats are perfectly fine. It shows what it is, a bulky special attacker. Like, no changes are needed to this thing. It's already pretty busted. Next up, Toucannon. Alright, so Toucannon is an interesting fellow. Like 80, 120, 75, 60. It's interesting, but first things first, make this thing a fire type. It has, its beak is a thermometer. It gets Beak Blast, it gets Overheat, it gets like all these fire moves. But what I would change to it, nothing major. Just plus 20 in speed. So it hits that 196. Originally I did have it hit 85 speed, but that's a little too broken. It has 120 attack already. It could run special with Boom Burst, Overheat. It can run mixed, Overheat, Beak Blast, like Brave Bird. Beak Blast is a really interesting move. I really like it, but this is all Toucannon needs, in my opinion. And I'm sorry if you hear my dog barking in the background. I closed my door. She's downstairs, but she's being loud. And she's getting closer. But anyway, so Toucannon only needs plus 20 in speed, and I think that'll make it so much better. I think not always OU, but it can be used in OU, I could see. If this was a fire flying type, yes, that quad weakness is Stealth Rock probably puts it down, but like, it needs it. It needs it. Not needs it, but it looks like it should be. So next up we have Gumshoes. Just looking at these stats, it makes me want to vomit. They're terrible. They're horrendous. I'm pretty sure it has the same BST as like a Torcat, which is, that's sad. That is sad. I really did not know what to do with this. I just gave it like plus 20 in each defense. Like, make it somewhat bulky. 80. That's pretty bulky, but like its stat spread is just so ugly. It does not have much to work with. And this was giving it plus 40 in BST. Like, compared to 88, 60, this allowed it to live more hits, I think. Well, yeah, duh. And I don't really know. This stat spread was just really ugly to me, and I tried. Like, I gave it plus 40, as you saw. It's just ill. But next up, going from ill to whoa, we have Vikavolt. Oh wow, we already have some custom sets. Let's get blank sets. I just don't want to. I don't want to influence anything too much. So Vikavolt, let's just get this paper. I made an essay on Vikavolt. They say this thing is fast, but you won't feel a breeze if this flies by with its 43 base speed. This is on the paper, I'm telling you, in case you didn't see that. I said first, swap attack and speed real quick, hit it. Plus 20 to that speed. So if you don't know what that means, is we're giving this boy 90 base speed and 43 attack. That's a huge difference from like 43 speed and 70 attack. We like I said, we swapped them and gave it plus 20 in speed. So we're giving this Pokemon 145 special attack with 90 speed. That's like Chandelure, but 10 more speed. Just keep that in mind. So if we were to max this thing out, we're just comparing the speed real quick. Give it a timid nature, 306 compared to 185, and if we gave it a timid nature, it only hits 203 compared to 306. That's a big difference right there. So this could run better choice specs. This could run even a choice scarf, like Life Orb. It already can, but this thing has outspeeds. It could pick up neutral KOs, but it's not using that base 70 attack. Anyway, if you want to make a physical attack, it can have like what? Wow, physical electric types first of all. What would it have? Wild Charge, X Scissor, Poison Jab. I can't even think of moves that work with it. This 78 base attack. 70 is pretty decent, but 43, you're gonna want to avoid that altogether. Just make this thing a special attacker. Okay, so that's it for Vikavolt. I didn't want to go too in depth, but I had to. show some points. So next up we have Crabominable. You could probably tell which mons I used and which mons I didn't. So with Crabominable, I said take 15 out of special attack. Like, why does it even have 62 like as a special attack stat? That's pretty decent for a non-dominant attacker, kind of like Vicavolts. What else? Like I said, give 10 to defense, 5 to speed F to make it like overall a little more bulky. So, let me just see this. Okay, so it would have 97, 132, 87 bulk in defense, 87, and sorry, this math is weird because it has really strange stats. So I have to 72. So it makes it overall a little more bulky, but just it'll be able to live more hits. But like these stats are just weird. There is no clear cut 5 or 10 stat. It's just very, very strange. But as you can see, this does give it some more bulk. It could live some more attacks now. Like before, its bulk was just, it was pitiful. Like it looks bulky, and it has some bulk with 97, 77, 67. But this actually looks like real bulk right here, not this like Guzzlord shit. All right, so next up is really cool, Oricorio. We're just gonna go fire because that's what its main one is, I think, even though Sensu's my favorite. So Oricorio has some underwhelming stats. We were wishing that this thing would have better stats, of course, but like that this thing would have relevance in competitive. Like people were like, this is the new Talonflame of this generation. Have the new bird actually do some work besides Toucanon. So what I said with this was basically, it looks fast, make it fast. Plus 25 to speed, plus 20 to special attack to make it viable. It has a cool gimmick, but let's actually make it good. These are the notes on my paper, by the way. So 98 to 118 and 93 to, again, 118. So uninvested, I was about to say, it hits 272. But if we max that out with Timid Nature, it hits 313 with just a 93 and 368. Now this has some very important outspeeds. Like it outspeeds all the 115s, like the Ambipoms, the Chinchitos. Alright, like a Mega Absol. I don't know 115 Pokemon off my head that are in the OUT. I could name them from the RU tier last gen, but like not now. Not Weavile, Sneasel, of course, but it's probably gonna be higher tier with these stats. Because it has some high stats, it has some good powered moves, Revelation Dance, Hurricane. You'll know what that means in an upcoming episode. In the moves about these Pokemon. Jeez, we're going at such a slow pace. If there's a better way that you want this done, let me know. So now we're next up is Rabombi, and honestly, looking at its stats, it does not need a change. Its stat spread represents what it actually is. Like a small little butterfly. It has some power, 95 special attack, nothing to laugh at, 124 speed, ridiculous. I mean, if you really want to do something, I said make that 126 outspeed Weavile, but that's it. Alright, Lycanroc Midday. I already like it. I already like its stats already. I already like Lycan's stats already. I don't really see any needed change to them, because what Lycanroc is missing is some moves. Like, I guess you can make it bulkier, but I really don't see any reason how to do that. It already has great stats, like 115, 112. That's a Pokemon Oricorio with outspeed, by the way. Like, I just like Lycanroc stats. Midday, that is. Lycanroc Midnight, though. That boy needs some work, so we're just gonna put up Lycanroc Midnights up here. So these are the stats I gave Lycanroc Midnight. It would have, without like changing the same BSTs, it would have 75, 80, wait, let me see, 75, 70, and 65. It does lose some bulk that it really doesn't need, but it would have 120 and 102. Now that is losing a lot of speed from Lycanroc Midday. That's minus 10 speed. But we gave it 5 more attacks, so it still hits harder. And 5 more defense. So this would... Oh, there's the typings. You'll see this... Hold up. Okay, so I just made a... the reason I paused it, in case you couldn't tell, I paused it because the music's different at a different point, is because I decided to do something since only one Pokemon has it. Whatever, you'll see. So first I said make these edits with Lycanroc Midnight. Already, like, 102 speed is not bad. That's not shabby at all. It outspeeds a crowded 100 tier, like with Manaphy's, Jirachis, all those Pokemon, Mew. And it also outspeeds Thunder T. So I also said, let's give this boy the dark typing. I mean, look at it. Rock Dark, that's a Tyranitar typing. There's no way this thing is going to be used over Tyranitar, first of all. But like Lycanroc Midnight could be cool in UU, I think, if it had these stats and that typing. So yeah, that's Lycanroc Midnight. I would actually use this if this was the case. Instead of this pathetic 85, oh, whoa, not, why am I being generous? 82 speed compared to 102. Yes, it did lose 10 bulk and SpDef, 5 in defense, and 10 in HP, but 120 attack compared to 115. That actually, it will have some KOs with neutral attacks, and it has a no guard Stone Edge. Lycanroc Midnight would be so much better with these. Anyway, up with Wishy-Washy School Form. Now, we're not talking about the solo form. Like, that thing, it's beyond help. It's beyond gone. I did not really make a big change with this. I said 55 HP, 130 attack. So we just swapped 10 from the attack to the HP. Like, it already had some pretty good stats, but giving it 10 more HP, that'll, if we fully invest in that, that's 314 compared to 294. It hits 300. It has a lot more HP, actually, like 20, right? So it'll go to 304. Yeah, 20 more HP. That's pretty huge in Wishy-Washy's case, where it wants to keep that health up. And it has a better special move pool. It's still, like, 130 attack is still incredible. It did, like, how do I say this? Like, it has Waterfall and Earthquake, but honestly, Hydro Pump and Ice Beam, those do more damage anyway. So that's why I made this change. It's a subtle change. Like, it's nothing big, but it still has some sort of impact on Wishy-Washy. All right, next up, Toxapex. Toxapex. You really think I need to change these stats? No. If you think I could change it, you're crazy. Mudsdale. These stats are already fine. It's just missing some moves. Hint, hint. Araquanid. Anquan. No, it does not need any changes. These stats are fine by themselves. Water Bubble just makes this thing so good. It's actually being used a lot in UU right now, anyway. Lurantis. Oh my lord. Oh my Lurantis, am I right? You'll see what's up. You'll see what's up. Let me read you what I wrote on this one, too. Ready for this? 480 is too low, especially for this thing, in my opinion. Like, I know a lot of good mons have it, like Darmanitan, Frostlash, Jellicent, Exploud, etc. But this thing needs a boost if it's competing with Zarina for the solo grass type in Alola. Plus 25 speed. That's a lot. Oh my god, no. What is base? That would give it up to, yeah, 70. That would give it 70 speed, which that's actually an okay speed tier for this thing since it's already pretty bulky. And what else did I say? Plus 5 special attack, so 85. Nothing too big, but anyway, so this is a lot competing because, like, I also said, hold on, let me pause again. Alright, I decided to tell you guys why I gave it this speed, because this is gonna go into a different video, like this part was, because I'm giving this thing the chlorophyll ability. Now, you would not really use this thing if it had chlorophyll. Well, if it had chlorophyll with these stats, it would be alright, but really, why would you not use contrary with this thing? Like, that's better out already, but it gives it a better option than just leaf guard like that. Ugh, that thing's nasty. But yeah, so I was originally gonna touch its attack, but 105 is nice. It could be a mixed attack with these stats. It has really good bulk already. 70 speed, 70 being its lowest stat in HP. HP 70, that's fine, especially with 70-90 bulk. That's respectable bulk. And 70 speed, although that is slow, that's not too slow. Like 70 speed, that you can make that work, especially with this bulk. It needs those outspeeds. It needs those. All right, moving on. I think I'll probably stop. You'll see. It's gonna be in a little bit. So now we have Shinotic, or Shinotic. So this thing is weak. It has the same BST as middle evolved starters, Haunter, Girder, and some Pika clones like Pachirisu plus Lmao. No! Let's give it plus 20 in HP and plus 10 in each defense. So that gives this boy 88 base HP. That's already respectable. 90 defense. Cool. And once again, we have another 110 SPDF. Compared to 60, 80, 100, 80, 90, 110. That's really good bulk. That's actually respectable. No, that's beyond respectable. That's a dedicated wall bulk right there. You can invest in that and it will live any hit. Now, Fairy Grass is not the best defensive typing because it has a lot of common weaknesses, but it walls so much too. Grass is usually a curse, but even though it does stack the weakness with poison and like, yeah, poison, it gives it a quad weakness to poison. It's already like, it's fine. Shinotic has great moves, like Strength Sap, Spore, like now it could actually fulfill some support roles, even in an OU, because even though Amoonguss is there, this has some bulk. It does not have the 114 base, like huge base HP, but the Amoonguss stats are like, hold on, you already see how pathetic these are. Let's show Amoonguss. Let's choose blank. 114 and 85. No, 114, 70, and 80 compared to 80, 90, 110. Amoonguss still will outbulk you in some cases because of that huge HP stat. Like, that's Amoonguss. That's humongous. But Shinotic has different typing in it. Even though it's doing the same thing, it could do some different roles. So Shinotic would not be just sent straight to NU. This will allow it to have some sort of like roles on other teams now without dying immediately. Alright, so now we're on Salazzle. Alright, so this is one of the reasons I actually thought of making a video like this. Like, I wanted to give it a male evolution. Now, I'm not being sexist saying, oh, no, you can't be only girls. Oh my god, like, whatever. No, I wanted a male evolution that focuses more on a defensive take of it, since it has like that defensive typing is awesome. Like, let's actually pull this up. I should have had this up since we already knew we were doing this, but let's just pull up Salazzle if it wants to load. Salazzle. Or Salandit, whatever. Like, that defensive typing, yes, it does have 4 weaknesses, one of them being a quad weak to ground, which is so common, but it resists steel, poison, ice, fire, fighting, and like strongly resists bug, fairy, and grass. That's incredible as a defensive. Oh shoot. Even though you guys already saw all of that. But so yeah, I said let's make it more defensive. We're using these same base stats, but you could see where this is going. You could really see where this thing is going. Alright, so it's going to have 68, 60, 117, 60, 111, and 60. So we have like this thing becomes really bulky. Like, this is has more HP than Toxapex, lesser defenses, but the defensive typing and support move pool with corrosion, that'll make this thing so good since it can poison steel types. It can poison types that would want to come in to resist this thing's weak attacks. No, this Salazzle, or whatever we would call the male evolution, this thing would actually be really useful. I think it would actually be used more than Salazzle, the offensive like female one, because like I don't know, like Salazzle is a little underwhelming with that only 111 special attack, and it's using strong moves, yeah, but they're only like Fire Blast is strong, but Sludge Wave, even though that's 95 base power, that's huge. Like, it needs the Life Orb choice specs to actually pick up some neutral KOs. But like these stats are really cool if we could find like a male Salazzle and have it more determined to be a wall instead of what it actually instead of a nuke, but it's not even a nuke, it's just frail AF. But like when I was talking to this with a lot of my friends, they were actually intrigued by it. They were like interested. They're like, "Ooh, wow, like that's a really good idea." And I'm like, "Thanks, man. I appreciate it." All right, so next up we have Beware. No change needed. These stats are great on their own. This 80 looks like it should be a lot more, but then you look at its ability, Fluffy, and that taps damage from touching contact moves. So Beware, be gone. All right, Zarina now up. Again, we're gonna go with the blank sets just to see the zeros. So with Zarina, I said it should get plus 20 in speed. It looks quick. It's protected by priority with only 72 speed. Nope. Let's live it at least 92 speed, Game Freak. That's actually what like my paper says. I did joke a little around with this, but 92 base speed with this, it'll actually make it a lot better. So its stats are 72, 120, 90. It was only 1 plus 20 speed. So 92 base speed, that actually gets to outspeed the crowded 90 speed tier, which is almost as crowded as 100, if not more, I think. It outspeeds stuff like Lucario. What are some other 90 base speed Pokemon? I can't think off the top of my head, but it'll outspeed those. Like, Queenly Majesty is a really cool ability. It's protected by priority. It should actually be able to move a little quick, not just 72, because that's just sad. And this will actually give it some, if you're invested, like, Choice Scarf would be more useful. Choice Band would be huge on this thing now that it doesn't always, like, now it could outspeed some other Pokemon, like the crowded base 80 tier, which I think that's the most crowded tier, I think, in my opinion. Because 80 thinks Scarf, but now you can do Band since it has 92 base speed. It'll just make that more useful. And it already has great support, like, it has anything you would want in a spinner. So first, Rapid Spin, of course. It has Reliable Recovery, Synthesis. It has U-Turn for a Switch Initiative. It's like Lando with rocks. And last but not least, it has a spammable move in Trop Kick. Like, Zarina has all of those, and it has the stats to pull off as a wall. It has the stats to pull off as offensive. And now it's even better with base 92 speed. Moving on. Comfey. So Comfey, its stats are, I don't know, like with this thing's design, it's just weird. It's just like, what? But I did not do anything that big. I said give it 61 health, so plus 10, and minus 10 on the attack. So that gives it more HP. Draining Kiss heals more. Well, no, it healed the same amount, but it has a little more wall potential. No, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, this thing wants more HP. So yeah, like, I don't know. Like, its stats are already kind of wallish. Like, it has great 61. It would just favor it more, like 61, 90, 100, or 110. Excuse me. That's great. And then like what Comfey does is, I don't know what this Comfey do. It's like, it could be Life Orb. Offensive, it could be defensive, it could be a great cleric. Like, this will just help Comfey a lot. And that's actually where we're gonna wrap up today's busted episode or video. Alright, so yeah, 30 minutes that's enough, and we're only like halfway through the list. We're a little more than halfway. So when we come back, you guys are gonna see Oranguru to Magirna. And now not all of them, now this is like, is that loud? Yeah, sorry. That's just me adjusting my mic. But like, some of these, there's a lot of no change needed, so it's gonna be a shorter video. But whatever, you guys are gonna see it. So without further ado, I'm gonna end it here, and be sure to, most importantly, out of all things in the world, stay fly. Just to sum it all up, in case you can't tell, this is a separate like recording. Like the whole video's edited. I'm just putting this in now. But if there's anything you want me to add, like a stat bar chart below the Pokemon to show its new stats, let me know. I would really like a lot of feedback. I want to know how to make this series the best that it can be, because there is obviously stuff I can improve. Like, this is not the best layout, but it's the one I thought about, and the one that just seemed the most logical, because I know I could change Pokemon stats on the calc and compare them. If you want me to do anything else, let me know. And by the way, no, this series is going to go on for a while. I'm going to do it for all forms, like maybe some Alolan forms, maybe even like change up some moves, what they could do, maybe some Z moves, like to make them quote-unquote busted. We're going to tackle most, if not all, the Pokemon at some time. But just let me, guys, just let me know what I can do to improve. Again, like, leave it in the comments below. I really want to know how to improve this. I've talked to a bunch of people, but this is what we came to as like the best possible way. Alright, thank you guys for your time. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, whatever. Just be sure to, most importantly, stay fly.